Serving southern New Mexico, this is the award-winning KRWG-TV News 22, where news matters.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Ben Schlittler.
And I'm Heba Hamedi. The Mesilla Marshal's office is looking for a man they say is armed and dangerous.
He's a suspect in the shooting death of a woman near Zia Middle School in Mesilla. Police say around 8 Monday evening, Doña Ana County Sheriff's deputies answered a shooting call at the intersection of University Avenue and Stanford Street. 39-year-old Shireen Aljabari had been shot to death. Mesilla Marshals are looking for the 39-year-old Oscar Rene Sandoval of Chaparral. The Doña Ana Sheriff's Office has seized his vehicle. He was last seen on Monday on private security cameras in Sunland Park. A suspect is in custody after a shooting near Lynn Middle School. The school was put on lockdown following a police investigation where students and staffs were rerouted to Sierra Middle School.
That's right. The incident occurred early Wednesday morning, which forced the lockdown of Lynn Community Middle School, while the police completed an investigation. Police have assured Las Cruces Public Schools that there is no immediate threat to students or staff, and the suspect is in custody. Parents were advised they can keep their students home while administration waits for the all-clear from police. The investigation is still ongoing.
Families who lost loved ones in the 2022 shooting at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas are fed up.
They want the city council to reject a report that clears of wrongdoing the officers who responded to the shooting. The Uvalde City Council was supposed to vote on whether to accept or reject the report. That didn't happen, but newly elected Mayor Cody Smith resigned over health issues. When asked when the investigation will be voted on, the mayor pro tem said it's going to be the lawyers, leaving grieving families frustrated. So it's been pretty windy, hasn't it?
Yeah, and on top of that, it's gotten a lot hotter down here in Las Cruces.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I do enjoy less wind, but the heat's a little bit a lot. It's a little bit a lot.
Really handle that,
yeah,
yes.
let's go ahead and take a live look just right outside. You're looking at an image just on the east side of campus. You can see those Oregon Mountains, beautiful shade of color out there. The trees are getting more leaves as we speak. You know, the spring is rolled in, and you know, the pollen, of course, has made its way on campus, so I'm definitely sneezing a little bit. Let's go and take a look at some of the conditions just right outside today. We are currently seeing those mostly clear skies outside, mostly sunny for today. 72 was that temperature currently just right outside. Winds blowing out of the west at around 4 miles per hour, and the humidity at 11% and the dew point at 15 degrees and the barometer at 30.10. As for today, temperatures remain pretty similar to what we see for average. 75 degrees was the high for today. 75 is also our average temperature. This morning we did cool it down to a rather cool 46 degrees, but again, not too chilly out there, just enough for this springtime weather. In terms of our record highs, 88 degrees back in 2021 and 27 in 1980. In terms of precipitation, we did not add anything today just because it was a very beautiful clear day today outside, so we keep our rain total at 0.83 inches. Now, don't go anywhere because in the middle of the show, we'll take a look at your national weather forecast and when we can expect more winds in the forecast. That's all coming up.
The chair of the New Mexico State University Board of Regents says they're changing the way the Presidential Search Committee will function. She says the committee should be more nimble and efficient. In a message to the university community today, Amu Devastali said she will chair the committee and she plans to move the process along much faster than before, including interviewing the candidates much earlier in the process. She urges all stakeholders in the university to visit the Search Committee website to see the list of members you can contact to voice your concerns. Just Google NMSU President Search to find it. The Las Cruces International Film Festival is getting underway right now with a showing of the film Little Brother at the Rio Grande Theater downtown tomorrow morning. The documentary film Requiem for a River will be shown at the Cineport in the Mesilla Valley Mall. The film is about the uses of the Rio Grande is being overused and how communities all along the river are facing the challenges of declining water sources. NMSU journalism professor Hugo Perez is a videographer and co-producer with Mary Paterno, an independent producer from Massachusetts.
Big issue throughout the West, and she wanted to include the voices of communities that are affected by the river and the uses of the river.
Nothing natural about our river.
The film festival lasts through Sunday evening. You can find the schedule by Googling Las Cruces International Film Festival.
For the first time in more than a decade, Western New Mexico University in Silver City will not raise its tuition. The Silver City Daily Press reports that the school's Board of Regents unanimously approved a plan of no tuition increase and a decrease of 50 cents per credit hour in student fees. Even without a tuition increase, WNMU has one of the higher tuition rates in New Mexico at $328 per credit hour. By comparison, NMSU and New Mexico Tech are about $319. The bird flu that has infected cattle in 4 states, including New Mexico, has found its way to a human in Texas. The Texas Department of State Health Services reported the case in a human on April 1st.
That's right. The USDA reported that dairy herds in Texas, Kansas, Michigan, and New Mexico had tested positive for the disease. It was not reported where exactly in Texas the person infected was found. The primary symptom was pink eye. The USDA says people with close or prolonged exposures to infected birds or other animals are at greater risk of infection. So that weather is a lot different from what we have here in New Mexico.
Yeah, I know. Across the nation, we're heading into spring and weather's as bipolar as ever. Noah, what can you tell us about the weather here in New Mexico and nationally?
You know, Ben, I do got to agree with you. The weather, especially here in New Mexico, is a little bit bipolar, but today was a beautiful day, guys. You know, across the state, you're taking a live look just over in Rio Rancho, in Red River. You can see a little bit cool out there, still a decent amount of snow on their mountains. So, you know, today in Las Cruces, El Paso, most of the borderland region, a lot of consistent temperatures. This is a view in Silver City. You can see very sunny out there, blue skies out there. You can see people making their way around town. You may be doing some of their shopping for today. You know, just very beautiful conditions. Temperatures over in Silver City currently sitting in those low 60s. So you know that guy just had his window down in his truck, so very beautiful outside as well. This is over in Ruidoso. You can see temperatures also in the mid 60s currently. You can see people also making their way around town. You know, blue skies once again. A couple people in town, so nothing too crazy out there in terms of weather. Let's go and take a look at our next map. We're tracking a system in the Pacific, not in the Pacific, in the Atlantic coast for the next couple of days. This time's out up until Saturday. You can see a low pressure system starting to center itself over the New England area. You can see snow forecast through Saturday. Some places up to 12, maybe even 21 inches of snow. Lower spots will receive just a few inches, but the wind is also another issue with this system. You can see 35 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts in New York City this weekend. So if you do have any type of travel plans up to into the Atlantic coast region, just do keep that in mind as we do roll through the next couple of days. You can see even 15 to 20 miles per hour wind gusts in Burlington as well. Caribou 25 to 30 as well. So not very pleasant travel plans for the next couple of days in the Northeast, but you know, they are getting a little bit of snow for sure. Let's go and take a look at our final map for tonight. We're taking a look at some of the temperatures across most of the United States. You can see pretty consistent across the board. 70 degrees in Miami, moving up the New England coastline, 41 in New York, 35 degrees in Boston, 42 in Memphis, returning here to the desert Southwest, 45 degrees in Lubbock, 50 in El Paso is the expected low for tonight, 58 degrees in Phoenix, and 55 in Las Vegas. Now don't go anywhere, because right after the break we'll take a look at those New Mexico temperatures and when you can expect those winds in your forecast. That's coming up.
Get plugged into what's coming down the road. Whether you're ready for a new ride or need your drive expert advice, turn to Motor Week every week with me, John Davis.
Saturday morning at 11:30 on KRWG-Public Media.
On season 22 of Ask This Old House, we're back on the road helping homeowners all across the country learn how to fix problems at their homes.
Ollie, you're a pro.
Yeah, pretty satisfying.
Looks great.
Simple, fun DIY project.
Saturday at 1:30 p.m. on KRWG-Public Media.
I'm Samantha Brown, and I'm always looking to find the destinations, the experiences, and most importantly, the people who make us feel like we're really a part of a place. That's why I have a love of travel and why these are my places to love.
Saturday at 8 p.m. on KRWG-Public Media.
Well, welcome back to News 22 Wednesday. Let's go and take a look at some of the temperatures around Land of Enchantment. 64 degrees in Albuquerque, 63 in Santa Fe, 68 in Farmington. Returning back here to the southern part of the state, 72 degrees and 71 degrees in Deming. Taking a look at our conditions for tomorrow, temperatures will remain in the 60s, 70s, and 80s in some spots. Las Cruces here will continue to stay in the 80s, so a little bit warmer for tomorrow. 82 is our forecast high for tomorrow. Roswell, 85 degrees tomorrow. So if you are going into the area or know somebody, just definitely tell them to wear some shorts tomorrow and a short sleeve shirt. And if we go a little bit north up in Santa Fe, we'll see a high at around 68 degrees. Now let's go ahead and move it to the neighboring city of Alamogordo tonight. Clear skies with temperatures right around the 48 degree mark, so nothing too cold out there. Tomorrow we'll heat it up with mostly sunny skies with the temperature right around 79 degrees. Over in the city of Truth or Consequences, 45 degrees tonight, mostly clear skies as well. 79 degrees tomorrow will be that high as well. Taking it over to the city of Silver City, 40 degrees, just a little bit cooler just because it is in the mountains. 72 degrees tomorrow will be that high with mostly clear skies. And here in Las Cruces, we'll touch those 80s or touch those 70s, that is. Mostly clear skies tomorrow, mostly sunny, some high-level clouds potentially in the area tomorrow, and tonight we'll cool it down to 49 degrees. Now don't go anywhere, because at the end of the show we'll take a look at that 5-day forecast and when you can expect for those winds rolling in on Saturday.
So it's great to be a sports fan right now, isn't that right, Ben?
I know, for fans of college sports, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Tal, what can you tell us about that?
Thanks, guys. Coming up in sports, Aggie softball won honors in Conference USA. Don't go too far because News 22 Sports is next.
Join KRWG Public Media at Tranquil Buzz, 300 North Arizona Street in Silver City for a coffee visit and chat on Thursday, April 4th from 9 to 11 a.m. Share in conversation about your passion for public media in our community and have a cup of coffee on us.
The Taco Mafia is just friends who really want to see each other succeed.
We became friends before the Taco Mafia was an idea.
They're making sure we're all coming up as a unit.
We're competitive, but together.
Saturday at 11 p.m. on KRWG Public Media.
When we approached this season, we were thinking about what does it take to make it in America today.
What makes America America is the idea that you should prosper.
The core of America is hard work.
Our generation is going to change the world.
Sunday morning at 10 on KRWG Public Media.
This is KRWG-TV News 22 Sports.
Welcome back. I'm Tal Lamboy, and let's talk sports. The baseball Aggies look to change their fate after their recent struggles on the road. They took on the number 10 team in the nation, Dallas Baptist, on the road in a 3-game series and left with nothing but losses. Over 3 outings, the Aggies lost by 29 combined runs, moving their record to 1-12 on the road this season. However, the Aggies can rebound in a series against Liberty starting this Friday on their home field. You can catch the first 2 games of that 3-game series on ESPN+. On the other hand, the softball Aggies have something to smile about tonight. After just recently snapping their 5-game winning streak, 2 Aggies brought home Conference USA honors. Jillian Taylor earned Conference USA Player of the Week after a walk-off grand slam highlighted her week. Desiree Spearman continues her ace pitching as she took home Freshman of the Week honors for the 4th time, which is now her 5th award of the season. The Aggies are now 20-13 on the season and head to Jacksonville, Alabama over the weekend to hopefully continue their hot streak. And that's all for sports tonight. Join us for more sports action tomorrow. Still ahead on News 22, Jenny will be back to look at your 5-day forecast.
They had long ears, they had big heads, they had big eyes. They looked much different than a run-of-the-mill coyote that I was used to as a biologist.
It's totally different farming than what you traditionally would think because you can't really see your crop. You can't go out there and just be like, oh, we're good.
I'm trying to get people to stop calling it the Indian Mound because you're robbing a history and a culture of whose ancestors were there.
Sunday at 6 p.m. on KRWG Public Media.
Welcome to Getting Older. For Season 2, we've conducted 39 new in-depth interviews with diverse baby boomers coast to coast. We're also introducing action segments called Boomer Passions, original short films about the hobbies, pastimes, and passions of Americans after retirement. Every Season 2 episode includes a new Boomer quiz.
Sunday at 3 p.m. on KRWG Public Media.
Let's take a look at our top stories.
Police are investigating a shooting that resulted in the death of a woman near Zia Middle School. A suspect is in police custody after a shooting occurred near Lynn Middle School. And the chair of New Mexico State University Board of Regents says they're changing the way they search for presidential candidates. You may not find a pot of gold, but seeing a rainbow is a kind of reward in itself.
Wednesday, April 3rd is the day to celebrate these colorful rays of hope, and it's National Find a Rainbow Day. In Irish mythology, leprechauns hid their treasures at the end of a rainbow, but that's the trick. Since rainbows can only be seen at a distance, you can never actually reach in at the end. The stunning aerial displays are formed when the sunlight passes through water droplets in the atmosphere, but you don't have to wait for rain to enjoy the beauty. Young scientists can create rainbows of their own with a garden hose. And of course, if you happen to see one, share a picture on social media. Oh, you think I'll need a jacket tomorrow, Noah?
You know, no jacket, but we also don't know rainbows, also no rain in the forecast, just a little bit of wind. So let's go and take a final look at that 5-day forecast. The next couple of days are going to be pretty before it doesn't get so pretty. You're going to see your Saturday and Sunday and your Monday going to be very interesting conditions. On your Saturday, 64 degrees, we'll see a major temperature drop, 81 to 64 from Friday to Saturday. You can also see those overnight lows taking a little bit of a dive as well, staying in those mid-30s on your Saturday. Overnight lows on your Sunday, 46 degrees. Those winds returning to your forecast on Monday, right around 6, very windy. We can see potentially 25, 35, and 45 mile an hour gusts on that day. So if you do have any outdoor furniture, definitely keep in mind to tie it down or just secure that. But for the next couple of days, you can see very interesting conditions, 80 to 60s to 70s, but definitely interesting times ahead, especially for the spring football game for football on Saturday. Now, I don't know about you guys, but the wind, I don't like the wind.
Yeah,
you guys like
me
the wind?
neither.
I'm not a fan. I mean, I love my hoodies. I was rooting for a cold day when you did that, but that wasn't what I wanted.
You know, I was
That
rooting
wasn't
for a
what I
little bit
hoped.
of rain. You
Yeah,
know,
me
not the
too.
rain with the wind. Not the rain of the wind.
Yeah, it's just a bad double whammy.
Yeah.
And that's all for News 22 Wednesday. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight.
Tune in tomorrow night for more news. I'm Heba Hamedi.
And I'm Ben Schlittler. And from the whole News 22 team, Ben, Noah Tall, and myself, good night.
This news brief in Espanol is brought to you by Noticias 22, Spanish language news for southern New Mexico and West Texas. Noticias 22.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Jade Mata Ornelas y estas son las breves de hoy con Noticias 22. Un sospechoso se encuentra bajo custodia tras un tiroteo cerca de la escuela secundaria Len. El incidente ocurrió esta madrugada, lo que obligó a cerrar la escuela mientras la policía completaba una investigación. Los estudiantes y el personal fueron desviados a la secundaria Sierra. Oficiales aseguran a las escuelas públicas de las Cruces que no existe una amenaza inmediata para los estudiantes o el personal. Y la investigación sigue en curso. La policía de Mesía está en busca de un hombre armado, acordando con los oficiales. El sospechoso de 59 años, Oscar René Sandoval de Chaparral, se busca por la causa de la muerte de Shireen Ali-Jiberi, de 39 años. El tiroteo sucedió cerca de la escuela secundaria Zia en Mesía. Oficiales dicen que una oficial respondió a una llamada de tiroteo en la intersección de la avenida Universidad y la calle Stanford. Fue visto por última vez por cámaras de seguridad en Sunland Park, donde las alguaciles de Doña Ana también encontraron y confiscaron el vehículo de Sandoval. El día de mañana a las 10 a.m. se va a presentar el documental Requiem for a River, que trata sobre el agua y su importancia en la región de Nuevo México, al igual que las comunidades alrededor del Río Grande. Este documental forma parte del Festival Internacional Cinematográfico de las Cruces. Gracias, eso fue todo por mi parte. Que tengan una bonita noche.